Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another PeteDorr Plays video. And today we're checking out Running Wild, a racing game that I have not played basically almost since it came out. I have a lot of fond memories with this game, and I'm really curious to see if it holds up to how much I really enjoyed it back when I originally played it. My guess, probably not. So let's get started here. This is a racing game, but what made it unique back in the day was that, well, aside from playing as these animal characters, very strange ones, there's no cars or kart racing. You actually run on foot, and that's where the game gets its name, Running Wild. So what do you say we just go with, I think I always used to play as this ram guy, but let's go with the zebra, all around, stats, not too skilled, not too underskilled in anything, and let's keep the difficulty on easy for now, because I honestly don't remember how hard this game was. And for those of you that, you know, are kind of up on your obscure racing games, you might realize that there's a similar game out on the original Xbox called Mad Dash Racing, which essentially was the spiritual sequel or successor to Running Wild, this game right here. I'm not quite, well, first let me see how the controls actually handle. Okay, so there's no gas button, obviously, because you're running, so it actually plays like you're running around. You just hold up on the D-pad, and whoa, that just sends me running forward. Let's see, we got boost pads here, we're sliding around. It's been so long since I've played this, so bear with me. It's almost like I'm playing this game for the first time, it's been so long. And honestly, I was kind of expecting to be thrown into this and kind of realize how bad the controls may have been back then. But these controls are not terrible. Granted, playing an ice stage as the very first level, probably not the best indicator in case they play with the game's physics in terms of the way you slide around these levels, but I have to say I'm kind of impressed with the steering mechanics in this right now. So, from what I remember, there was really nothing else that set this game apart from your typical kart racer at the time, except for the fact that you run on foot as opposed to driving in a car. I had rented this back when it first came out and really enjoyed it, and after I had rented it, I never ended up picking up a copy of it until maybe about 6 months or a year ago. I ended up buying this on eBay for really cheap. It's not an expensive game, it's not exceedingly rare. You can get this really cheap. And yeah, this is the first time I'm basically playing it since it came out. Let me just say, since this is a fairly easy course, I can probably check the game box while I'm actually playing. Let's see when this came out, bear with me here. Looks like it came out in 1998. So it's been well over 10 years since I last played this. So, is that a horn? Is someone beeping at me in this game? So even when you knock into the walls, the rebound is actually fairly fast. It's not like you get knocked down and you're basically done for. You actually kind of rebound fast. There's a jump button, which I'm not sure. I guess there's gaps in some of the other courses maybe that I have to jump over. I guess we will find out. But I figured I'd take a quick look at this. Nothing too long. We'll play a couple of tracks here and just to get the gist of this game. Because to be quite honest, I really was expecting to be let down and disappointed and like, wow, what did my memory as a child do to me with this game? But honestly, this is not half bad. Maybe that's why I liked it so much back then. So let's see if we can get acquainted with all these power-ups. It looks like I pick up speed power-ups, and that will actually increase my speed over time, possibly. Let's see if we find out. It doesn't look like there's any kind of power-ups. I don't really remember there being any power-ups. So let's see. Triangle button seems to do nothing. Circle seems to do nothing. X also seems to do nothing. And square is jump. Okay, so that was a jump pad, which I obviously missed. Okay, alright, so that's a semi-power-up ghost. I guess it lets me pass through other characters. And of course I'm not jumping over these pits like I should be. Shoulder buttons also seem to do nothing. And I keep hitting X to jump, but it's actually square. I'm not sure why I'm doing that. I'm not sure if there's like a drift button that maybe I'm missing. It's not like the game really needs it. It's actually fairly good at cornering. So the tracks are... Oh, wait. Shoulder buttons do a sharp turn. Okay. So that'll help me get around some of these tighter corners. Or make it harder for me. We'll see. So these courses don't seem to be anything spectacular, but the game does run at a really smooth frame rate for one. Not too much slowdown from what you can see here. But the appeal of this is starting to come back to me. Like, just zipping around, jumping around, just the animation of running, I guess, even though it appears like I'm running like a foot off the ground. I don't know, there's just something different about this game that really appealed to me back then. And if any of you ever played this when it came out, let me know what you thought too. Were you kind of like strangely compelled to keep playing this for some odd reason? And what was the reason? Was it the running mechanic? Was it the odd characters? I played Mad Dash Racing on the Xbox, and I rented that actually when I got the original Xbox. I never ended up buying it brand new. And I enjoyed it, but it wasn't, I don't know, it just didn't have that same magic that this game had for me. And I'm trying to remember, let's see, there was Pen Triathlon on the Dreamcast, which was also a racing game with a running or walking or sliding mechanic. That was a racing game that was oddly slow, but it had some charm to it, I guess you can say. All I remember, it was really slow. What else? Were there any other racing games where you run on foot? There was Bomberman Fantasy Race on the PlayStation 1, which was sort of on foot because you rode like those big giant rabbit things. I don't want to race again. Oh, maybe because I didn't finish high enough. Quit challenge. Let's just try another course. But yeah, now that you think about it, you know, there's really not many racing games where you're just like playing on foot. Yeah, that's all that really comes to mind. If you guys can remember any other racing games where you're running around on foot, let me know. How about we try jumping, agility, turning? Let's try this guy because he's really good at turning. Okay, race mode, challenge, practice. No, we definitely want challenge mode. And let's try city. So I think this will be the final race. This will give us a good 10 to 15 minute gameplay of Running Wild. Because there's probably not too much to say or do in this game. It's a racing game. Check out a few tracks. And that'll probably do it here. This will give you guys a good indicator of what this game is all about. And if you are a fan of racing games and you have a PlayStation 1 and you collect racing games on the PlayStation 1, definitely check this out. It's kind of obscure. It's not that well known. I'm sure there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that are, you know, of the comedic kind that are probably like bad-mouthing this game, making fun of the characters, making fun of the controls, how simplistic it might be. But honestly, it's really not that bad. The controls, actually, this guy controls really well. Much better than the other guy, so it's kind of just fun to be sliding around. The colors are really nice and bright as well. The only thing that people might find boring and disappointing is the fact that there really are no power-ups. The courses are a little mundane and boring. I mean, they're not the best designed courses. I mean, they're pretty simplistic. But it's a fun little romp, you know, if you can get this game for $5 or $10 or so. Which I think $10 is probably like the most this will sell for. Give it a try. And notice how they like zoom the camera in there. Like they understand that, you know, tight quarters like that, you probably don't want to have the same camera angle as right here. So it might make it hard to see. But even though the courses are short, they're over with really fast. So it's a very nice pick up and play racing game. Who developed this actually? 99 Studios. From the producers of Crash Bandicoot, it says on the cover. Now I'm just reading the back of the box here as I'm attempting to play because, honestly, I could probably just hold the up button in here and for the most part not finish in last. It doesn't seem that difficult on the easy setting. Let's see. 4 courses and 2 hidden, so there's really not that many courses in this game. 2 of them are unlockable, so yeah, this is a really bare bones game. But now you guys have an idea of what Running Wild is all about. Not as bad as I thought it might be, you know, my memory of actually enjoying this game kind of holds up, though I didn't remember it being so bare bones in terms of content. Well, anyway, guys, that's about going to do it for my quick look here at Running Wild on the PlayStation 1. Check it out. Thanks for watching.